is all the sentences that keep up in my coffin. I don't wanna do no talking. Can't you see the reaper? He go crazy, he go down. I'm gonna let my chopper drown.
Hi guys, in this video I wanted to install Arch Linux 32 on my old laptop, but it is impossible since I don't have access to Ethernet and the Wi-Fi card that I have inside doesn't work because of firmware issue. In this video I will try to remove the hard disk from this laptop, connect it to an adapter and install Arch Linux using a virtual machine. I will install Arch Linux to that hard disk and then put it in this laptop again to see if it is working. The bottom of the laptop, first remove the battery with those clamps. After that open this. Here is the Wi-Fi card. Here the big hard disk, the RAM and the network card. Let's try to do that. Battery has been removed. Safety first. It is very important to always remove the battery when you do operations on laptop hardware. I removed the screws. Now let's try to pop the plastic out to remove the hard drive. Simply put your screwdriver here next to the plastic. Here, this is the hard drive. You will need to unscrew the metal cage. Here it is the SATA adapter. You will need to plug this to our adapter that you will see later. Unscrew the metal cage. Now let's see if it pops out. The SATA cable, put it slightly to the right to pop it out. Now here it is safe. Let's slide out the whole hard drive. This is the SATA cable and the SATA adapter. Let's remove the screw from this cage. Now that the metal cage is out, let's try to connect to the adapter. Push it in, the small one on the left, the big one on the right. Now let's see if it is recognized by the new computer. You see the light, it is spinning. Local disk D 60 GB. It is called in this way because it has Windows XP installation. Now let's see if the virtual machine recognizes that. Let's try to install Arch Linux UEFI on this hard disk. The fdisk-al command, we see the hard disk. It is the virtual CD drive and the virtual hard disk. Now let's try to connect our external drive to the virtual machine and see if something changes. It shows us a new device called dev SDB. We will install our Arch Linux on this external hard drive from the virtual machine. Let's hope it works. The first attempt in VirtualBox didn't work. Let's try to use gparted to create an initial GPT partition table that Arch Linux will be able to work with. Let's try again fdisk-al. Now let's insert the external hard drive. It recognizes it. It tells us that now it has a GPT partition scheme. Let's see if it is possible to partition in GPT style using cfdisk. Disk label GPT. Now let's perform a classic Arch Linux UEFI installation with LSD desktop environment. After that, I will try to boot it to use it as external bootable device. The most difficult part is completed. The bootloader has been installed to the hard disk. This means that the hard disk is bootable. Now let's continue installing desktop environment. Now reboot the system to see if it boots from the hard disk. One moment, everything. Now we are out of shoot. Let's reboot the system to check if it boots without troubles. Welcome to Grab. Versione, it means the Italian language has been selected as I wanted. Now it is starting from the hard disk. It will be pretty slow since it was only 5400 RPM. It is an old hard disk. Let's wait. Update on the situation. It is theoretically possible to perform this task, but you will need a way faster SSD, external SSD. So I will try to format the hard drive. We built again the DOS partition table and install Arch Linux 32 for later put it back in the old laptop, because it is impossible to use it as external booting device for the new one. Now in Fdisk, let's format all this hard drive and set DOS partition scheme. Now create MS-DOS partition table. I remember you again. What you have seen until now, it will work, but you will absolutely need to use external SSD, because external hard drive is very slow to use it as bootable device, while USB sticks are not made to be written 1000 times on them. SSD are the best. As you can see, as I was saying, DOS label, and let's install Arch Linux 32 on this hard disk. Later we will put it back on the old computer, because it was impossible to install it on that machine because the Ethernet and Wi-Fi weren't supported. So let's go back to the original plan. Now that the installation has been completed, let's start the reassembly. Now, using this black latch, put it angulated, lift it and unplug. You need a little strength, but then you do it. Now let's put the original external hard drive. Slide it in and push down. Now close it and it will be good. To reassemble the hard drive, you need to have this thing at the top and this next to the hard disk without creating a space in between, the same on the other side. Now from this position, slide it into the SATA connector, and later here and here you will need to put the two screws to put it inside the laptop. You need to push it inside with a little strength, because the connector is tight. But once it is in, you can unscrew the second part. As you can see from these two black screws, it is successfully screwed in. Now put this cover on the top. First this little thing made it go inside, and after that push it down. Now we need the latest screw, this one, and this one. Put in the battery, put all those 1 and 2 to the right to open the sliders and slip it in. After it is done, slide both off to the right to lock the battery in place.